2 men, 1 asylum, multiple cameras. I don't know what follows that.
If you could tell, I'm trying to go do-do-do-dum.
Oh, is that what that was?
It's just pencils. So.
Dums. I see. Still not happy that I can't see all the numbers like I did the last time. I'm sure they were coming out in a much better way. Oh, look at that. GoPro behind the scenes. For no real reason. 1 mark. 1 GoPro. All action. Tonight on E. One of these nights I'm going to do a whole fucking podcast like that.
I think so.
So random. This voice. And stuff. Okay, fuck it. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Did you manage to read anything this week and such? Or glance over stuff? Page
So
through?
I did, but I've read it so long ago, and I don't remember the story. But I will just talk a little bit about it. But so it's a newish
Let's hold it up so we can film this.
Hellblazer, which has got really cool exterior art, like cover art and stuff. I got this and the variant.
I think it's Derek Robertson. Mark. Constantine. 1 man. 1 black label comic.
And man, I'm trying to remember, dude. Like I said, I did read it a while ago, but I don't like the interior. I don't know if I actually want to quickly show you.
Okay, we can do that too.
But the story I remember is like an old school friend of his that I remember it's got something to do with that, and like you think she dies, and there's like one of they like it's a typical friend story. He's trying to impress the girl.
See, this actually looks like Derek Robertson art, I think. Over here.
But I'll tell you, so I don't mind this. You know, I know like a lot of purists still don't like black in between the panels and stuff. But yeah, and then
Nice.
but then the friend grows up that's like a detective now, and like her and Constantine meet, and they've got to solve something together. And I won't give too much away in case someone wants to read it, but here is what I'm talking about. I can see that they've taken influence from like old Volume 1 Constantine, like his look, but I like that new, like almost not anorexic, but bone showing Constantine that's like skinny in the face. And
Cool.
so don't love the interior art, but the story was cool. I don't know when we're going to get issue 2, if we are, with the DC
reliability.
Yeah, drama that's going on with changing distributors and all that fun.
What fun it is.
Yeah, man. And then, like, so that's what I've gotten to read recently. And then...
Okay, so is it Garth Ennis who's writing it? Tom Taylor, if I'm reading that correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's Derek Robertson, who usually works with Garth Ennis on The Boys and on... I don't know if he did any of... No, I think he just started working with him on The Boys and stuff. He didn't do any Preacher things with him. Yeah, okay.
But
just
again...
not your Constantine.
Yeah, but again, like, I mean, the cover's amazing. And yeah, like, it's definitely... I want to read more.
Okay.
What I did want to do, and I didn't get to it, which is like, I'm still going to read. I wanted to like do a mini comparison to the Sandman universe, which Hellblazer, which is being cancelled sadly. But I think the graphic novel TP will go till Volume 2.
Let's get in here. Hellblazer, John Constantine.
So yeah, this is on my like Christmas to read list, definitely, especially because it's a TP, so it will.
And that's part 1, I think.
Yeah, and apparently, I think there is a Volume 2, but then it got canned because of like COVID and all that nonsense.
I think it was just fell victim to a lot of those DC titles that were being canned as a result of what happened in lockdown. Yeah,
and then I don't know if I want to do the others, but these are the other 2 that I was actually supposed to read this by the time we got back to podcast. So this is Curse of the White Knight. It's the follow-up to just the White Knight. It's Sean Murphy and I forget, Klaus Janson.
Oh, Cool.
I didn't even know that. I just saw that now.
Same on your Swamp Thing, Klaus Janson.
Yeah. So again, like if it's anything like the first story, hooked.
Cool.
And then Sandman Overture, so I didn't bring them out, but so you actually told me about this, that this is a really hard to find in print anymore because I lost it on the
Deluxe
auction.
edition, yes.
And I found I was very fortunate on Is It Bid or Buy? Like there's this bookshop in Cape Town, and it looks like they still have because they sent me and it's still on the site. So
Okay.
a little bit pricey, but I just want to know all the like pre-Sandman stuff or whatever. Like
with you.
And so it's this, and I want to finish all of Sandman that I have because I've been meaning to do that for a while. So yeah, man.
You took kind of a break because at one stage you were giving us some steady recounts through all the various
it's like pretty much all I was doing. Yeah. So,
and I actually, if you remember, I was going through from the beginning and listening to the audiobook while I was going through, and I think I've got to the end of volume 1, and even that little exercise that I was doing kind of fell by the wayside. So I should probably try and pick that up again. And
it's funny you say that because like I told a total non-Sandman, non-comic book it's a person that's in the same office as me that works in audio, and I just said like it's a person I work with, it's Junior, and she's into Harry Potter.
Okay. Yeah.
And I just said like, you heard it, I'm like, you might dig Sandman because it's almost like this dark adult version of like the mystical dream world, and
sure.
I obviously kept it very brief. And I
5-minute elevator pitch.
and I told I told her that the audiobook's out, and she went and got it, and she's like, then I still haven't listened to the fucking audiobook. I don't know why.
I gave it to you.
Yeah, and I can't find it anywhere. And she said like from an audio production point of view, like next level. Like so now I'm like, I already have to. Now I want to go back again and do your idea.
Okay. I suppose I'm gonna have to put it on a stick or something for you, or in the Dropbox for you to recopy and listen to.
But yeah, dude, I don't know if you want to like dive into some of your reads and stuff, and then because I got finds that I found.
What we might have to do at some point is just might have to flash up videos and or images, because I actually got my oldest cousin / older sister's old iPad.
Okay, cool.
So she gets issued them for work, and now I think 2-3 years down the line, it's like, cool, we're going to get you new ones. You have option to keep the one you want, paying in a small fee. So I paid in the fee. I've inherited it. It's got the latest iOS and everything on it, but I just want it, A, for my stupid Marvel card game, because now I have 2 accounts. And then the one account feeds the other. I just buy cards on the one and I trade it to myself, making me more powerful.
You did say you're going to do this.
I did, and I'm slowly pulling it off. Although I still believe their algorithms are rigged. So I don't know how long I'm going to be playing this game for, because, yeah. When you've got the odds of like 1 in 3 that you're going to get a good card, and you open up 2 packs of 3, and you get nothing. It's like, now I have 6 cards and none of them are good, but the odds are 1 in 3. Something is not right there.
Starting to feel like the lotto.
So I'm questioning their algorithms. I believe at one stage they were quite favorably feeding decent things to people. I'm seeing it less and less now. So
gambling 101, man. The house always wins.
Totally. So I don't know how. We'll see how long this little endeavor goes on before I finally just say, bugger it. But the other thing I got it for was just to put on digital comics. So I found a cool, looks like a cool, decent reader, and I've got just under 2 terabytes of e-comics now. So took some of the classics that I believe everyone should have in a collection, like, Whatever Happened to Man of Tomorrow and all of that stuff. So that's on there. All-Star Superman, that's on there. I loaded all of my Empowereds on there. I really, because it's a black and white thing, I think it translates very well, and it's almost like those things are sized just right for the screen of an iPad. So Empowered translates nicely onto them, and I realized that I've got volume 1 all the way through to like volume 10 or something of Marvel's What If comics. Okay. So I just lumped all of those on there, and I've been reading various What If issues. And I like all those Elseworldy kind of things. So some of them are a bit of a miss for me. And I'll be honest, there's even some that I haven't got to because it just doesn't look like it would interest me, the characters that it's touching on and all of that stuff. But there have been 1 or 2 nice ideas, nice concepts, but I've still yet to find one that I read and go, yes, I agree with that. So far, the ones that I have gone through, I've been like, I like the idea, but I don't think the execution is quite right, or that it ended quite the way that I
would have envisioned.
Yeah, 100%. So, yeah, I'm enjoying them, but it's that in and of itself that I find myself like, do I agree? Or sometimes it's just a case of, yeah, okay, I don't think it would have gone that way, but I don't necessarily disagree.
Okay, got you, yeah.
But none of them yet have completely blown me away that I've gone, okay, wow, like...
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, dude, because I got a newer iPad a while ago, and there's multiple reasons, but one of the reasons was to have a new, like, fast thing for comic book reading and stuff. And I actually started, there's a couple of titles I had on there, but in Justice League Dark, the new Justice League Dark was one of them.
Yeah. That
I stopped buying the single issues and I was just collecting digital issues because I was physically reading it. And but also it fell off the. So you've actually made me want to get back on that, because the cool thing is not only do you have like one thing that you got next to your bed that you can grab, but also if you travel and you're sitting in an Uber and it's a long trip, you like literally can take that out and start reading a comic book 100%. Anywhere. Like
agreed.
So.
Yeah, I think both have their pros and cons. You know, the physical medium, the con is, like you say, you're going to travel, you have to pack a bag full of stuff, and these fuckers are heavy. But there is something that I like about the tactile turning of a page.
No, for sure.
I don't know what it is. There's just something about it. A lot of the ones are quite decently high-res images that are on the iPad, so I can't really fault quality.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe it's just the screens. I don't know, something. It's just, there is something about these that the iPad doesn't have. And on the other note, there is, the one thing I really like about the iPad is the ability to
pinch, zoom
right in, double tap on certain, if it's really aware of the thing, you double click and it can zoom right into that specific panel and stuff. So those advantages I think are very, very cool.
Yeah, huge. And also if you're reading at night in bed, like, so someone like me, Kira, will maybe be passed out, I can sit just with the iPad, and I can't do that with a book.
Correct, yeah. The backlighting alone is enough that you can read quite nicely. And you can turn it right up if you wanted to, brightness-wise. So.
Yeah. And having said that, dude, I actually took the Curse of the White Knight with me to Cape Town recently.
Okay.
But, like, we were just hanging out on the beach and stuff, so I didn't end up getting to read. But, so, I mean, you can take one with you, but the thing is, the iPad, you can literally have anything you want.
So, I mean, like I say, like, I think I've maybe filled up a quarter of its space. Maybe. I don't even think it's a quarter. And it's like the entire What If run. I don't even know how many hundreds of comics are on there now. And that is the one advantage of it. It's just like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And it gives you the option to put them in certain series. So I've got a little What If box, and I've moved all of those in there. I've got an Empowered box, and all of those are in there. So you can organize it. It doesn't just have to sit everything dumped in one thing. So, yeah, there are some advantages. And just for this, I forgot to bring my iPad. I would have been happy to flash it up and show people, and we must maybe do it on the next one, just to follow up, flip through, look at some of the advantages of the e-comics, if you can get to them. So yeah, I've been reading a lot of those, and like I say, when I get to one that properly just blows me, the closest one so far was What If Wolverine took over S.H.I.E.L.D. or ran S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
And the thing that got me on that one was the kayfabe guys did a quick thing, because it was done by Rob Liefeld. So it was Liefeld in his heyday before he broke away to go to Image. So the art is actually pretty cool. It's pretty tight. Again, the ending, I enjoyed the whole story, but the ending for me, I was just like, didn't hate it, didn't love it. It was like, okay, couldn't disagree with it, but I just thought possibly could have maybe been ended a bit better. Maybe if it was at that time, maybe a stronger storyteller maybe would have ended it a bit better than Rob. But decent one. Currently reading What If Wolverine Became the Lord of the Vampires, which the thing that interested me about that is that came out all the way back in the 90s, and vampires kind of vanished out of the Marvel world, and they came back with the X-Men, and they've just, the way Marvel's positioned it is vampirism is just a kind of mutation. So Dracula and all these, they mutants in a way. Jubilee became a vampire, all of that stuff. So I found that quite interesting, that someone maybe at some point read that What If comic and thought, I could expand on this. Let me bring Dracula and everything back in, and let me expand on this idea even further than that. So who knows? Maybe those things did inspire a lot of guys with their ideas. Yeah, 100%. So reading that, other than that, I think it's just more finds and things that we picked up recently in our last trip to the comic shop that maybe we could flash through if we got some time to go through those.
Yeah.
Do you want to send us off? Because you've got quite a nice big one.
Yeah, dude. So I'll start with this. So it's my Christmas present to me. So I got volume 1 of Swamp Thing Absolute. And I need to tell you like a little bit of a story.
It's on its side.
There was a reason I had it on side. So
by Alan Moore.
So Warren was with me at the comic shop, and I was fighting with, and I still want to get it, but I was fighting with, should I get Umbrella Academy, the library editions, which are, if people don't know, it's like kind of their version of Absolutes, or this. And it's the cheesiest thing that like sold me over, which is apparent. I'm going to actually tear it open here. Like this is
go for it.
But it's all furry on the like.
All furry where, Mark? Where is
it? Rabbit.
That's what she said.
Oh damn. So yeah, man, which is really cool, you know, them playing to the green and the actual swamp and stuff, and making it a different texture. Apparently volume 2 isn't like this, so they only went all out in volume 1.
Typical DC. It would have been nice if they kept that going, like, just would have been a little bit of extra awesome in my opinion.
But yeah, so...
Is the whole book furry?
It's in backwards.
Oh, how does it feel?
But yeah, it's all suede, dude. It's like that, the whole book, so...
That is nice. Let us turn it around.
Oh yeah, sorry. So, and this is, I mean, you mentioned it where they've like brightened up the colors and recolored and stuff. So. And I actually dig it. It actually looks...
Yeah, it does. Makes it pop in some ways.
Etrigan.
That's right.
Yeah, so I'm super excited about this.
Nice, man.
But try and put this bad boy in the right way.
That is an awesome pickup, man. Very, very cool.
Spanks, dude. Yeah, so it's just about finding space for this guy on my shelf. Now,
Good luck with that. And as we were saying earlier on, you're in with this one. Fantastic. You probably have to get the second volume because your favorite character comes in the second volume.
No, definitely. It's like if I had the cash, I would have bought just both. But yeah, I mean, we haven't even mentioned this, but I pre-ordered a whole Iron Studios Nightcrawler.
I think we can do a whole Statue Studios thing again, and we can just talk about the pre-orders you have, maybe flash some pictures. And we also thought about, as an idea, to do a proper unboxing episode when they arrive.
Yeah, and I think that's early next year, I'm hoping.
That'll be a nice one to do.
Yeah, so maybe we should just mention them, but we'll wing it and see. Definitely.
And going back to what you were saying, the thing that is amazing, and I like the production value on it, and a lot in there. I think that's a good 13 to 15 comic books of material into that Absolute. But like you said, there's a toss-up between this and 2 library editions of the Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
Just the cost of certain things now, like 2 library editions, 2 Absolutes, if you like, for the price of 1 DC Absolute. It's like...
And that's the thing, dude. And then, I mean, obviously they will bring out a volume 3 of the library edition, and then you're done. You know, you got everything. So
it just says, again, it's like, for me, if Dark Horse and them can do these deluxe editions, library editions, whichever, if they can do them at a certain price point, with
arguably in a smaller run, probably because they're printing smaller runs,
100% compared to, I mean, that's Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. You know that
they've
thing
milked
is,
it, yeah,
100%. So. Yeah, it's that actually just it hurts the pure collector in me. It has a slight taste of, am I getting a little bit ripped off here? What am I paying for? You know, I don't know. That just it rings in my head, and more so now because you were with me at the store when I bought my new thing. That just. That's right, folks. got another artist edition. And this one just happens to be the Frank Cho artist edition. And yeah, I thought we'd do a nice opening here for everybody to see this bad boy, but...
Oh, damn.
Look at that.
That's massive. And I don't know if you want to go to...
I'll take it out and we can hold it. We can even do a comparison to a normal graphic novel. But that art, I mean, Frank Cho is just... How he gets that, dude. Jeez. That cross-hatching, that all of that stuff, man. But I mean, just for the sake of people, let's just hold up. You've got a Preacher over here. Let's hold up a Preacher graphic novel. Artist edition.
Yeah, I had to like literally zoom out and like lean backwards.
Artist edition.
I can't even see Warren's face.
We can do it to the front camera too if people wanted to see that. Artist edition. Graphic novel. Artist edition. So, yeah, man. I mean, I'm a fan of these things. They are a guilty pleasure because they cost a flipping fortune. But the payoff is just the art that you get. I mean, and this thing is, it was the Savage Wolverine story that Frank Cho did, but you're literally getting the entire story here. Inked panels from him, and you can even see they've stuck in the speech bubbles. It's just epic. And the one thing that I did want to show off to people, that one thing that I showed you, where we actually got a page or two here.
There, yeah, where?
So you can see Frank Cho has actually penciled in what he needed written in between the panels, and then the letterer has gone in and actually put in all the text there as per his guidance. But you can actually, and you can imagine, these guys took that, they scanned it in, and then obviously through Photoshop they removed his penciling. But I just think that is really, really sick and really, really cool to see that in there. So it's these things are just on another level for me, man, in terms of the cool factor and what you get to see, the behind the scenes of how a comic book is made, what goes into it. It's just so cool. And Frank Cho's art is just amazing, man. Oh, I love Frank Cho. So this for me, just because it was him, I thought I had to get it, add to my artist edition collection. I think this is number 4 now. Guilty pleasure, but definitely worth the price of admission.
It's epic, dude. If I ever have some spare cash, I'll consider like going down that road, but not right now.
Oh, yes, you will, because actually last night, funny that you're talking about, I saw one of the latest kayfabe videos was literally The Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller. And it is, they call theirs the studio edition or something like that. I'm not sure. They don't call it an artist edition.
Yeah.
But DC, just like that Michael Turner one I've got, it's the same thing, buddy.
Jeez. If I'm not mistaken, was it the one store by us called Comic Warehouse, and did they have the Sin City
Possible.
One? And I was like surprised because you wouldn't expect it there. So like
Possible.
That's probably one I would get. It would be an extension of the present you bought me. So it would be cool.
Yeah. So there's that, and they literally paged through this one here, and you can see like it was interesting because I showed you some parts where Frank Miller had done the stuff, and I think it was Klaus Janson who did the inks and everything for him. And there's some parts where you can actually see Miller has erased Janson's stuff and redone certain things too, because he had a different idea of how it needed to come out and stuff. So very, very cool to see, dude.
Nice.
Proper, and then certain things like, and then you can actually see it like smudge lines where I don't know what inspired him, but Miller decided no, this needed to be blurred or smudged in a certain way, and you can actually see remnants of his thumbprint where he smudged the pencil or the ink or something. It's very cool, very, very epic. But as I was watching this one, I'll actually send you the YouTube link, and I just thought, I know someone who'd want this.
Nice. I'll start saving now.
Right up your alley, man. Very, very cool. Like even I can look at that and appreciate it and go, fuck, that looks good. Sure. Yeah. And it looks like it's the whole thing. Because there was only four issues. So it's the whole thing. There's bonus material in there. I think they even had like some of the posters. So there's one part of it where you actually open up and you can fold out like a promo poster. No, very cool, dude. It's you need that in your life someday.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah,
it's gonna break the bank, but you need it.
Well, like I said, it gives me. I mean, do you know if it? Well, surely it's out already, but
it's out. Yeah.
So I can try to get a price on it to see if I can save.
Yeah, and those artist editions, I must say, it's like I think it takes a while for them to be out of stock completely. I dare say I don't know if there's anyone that I can think of that I would be curious in that's out. The only one actually now that I'm talking to you, I think there's the Spawn ones that McFarlane did. He's done artist editions. The first one has Spawn 1 to 25, I think, and then the next one is 25 to 50. So he's done the first 100 Spawn comics in artist edition-y kind of format, and that is completely sold out. I think you can get 3 and 4, but like I was just curiously looking, and guys on eBay and Amazon or whatever, I mean that thing's now going for $1,000. Yeah, so Toddy Mac, please reprint those. for us fans out there that missed the first runs, please reprint those particular editions of yours, because man, I would love those. Sure, I think they're called Spawn Classics or something. I'm not sure, but as big, as beautiful. Yeah, just very impressive to see.
Nice.
Yeesh. And I mean, what I think is really cool is the first couple, you're going to get McFarlane's art in all its glory. I'm not too sure exactly when Capullo comes in. I don't know if it's pre-25 or if it's post-25. So for me, just the first 2 volumes would be really awesome to have Todd and then Greg taking over.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, very, very cool. So those are the ones that I've earmarked for myself. Oh, and I picked up this Hellthing as well while we were there. The Hellthing Deluxe Edition, which is basically like a deluxe oversized Dark Horse doing the anime. There's not a lot to it. The only cool thing here is it's got the sort of crucifix etched
embossed
into it
or
Yeah, it's got that little reader thing there, which is quite nice. All the way down the side, it's embossed. And this collects the first 3 manga that came out, 3 volumes. There's 10 volumes in total, and what I understand is this is the first 3. The next book is the second 3, and the last one has 4 in it. So it's one of my favorite all-time anime. It's actually on Netflix too, if you ever want to watch it. It's 10 episodes. Hellsing Ultimate. Do yourself a favor.
Okay.
Because that is like almost like a direct what that was in the manga. They put on the screen.
Oh,
it's
cool.
10 episodes, and each one covers what was in that manga.
Okay.
Very cool, dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, if you liked what Mark and I were talking about here, or just like our content in general,
please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification for more videos.
And yeah, do us a favor and find us on the social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram.
See you in the next video.